Hello, this is Revere Sky, and I wanted to talk about why I've decided to incorporate as much sun food, as much alkaline, natural, wild food into my diet as possible. The reason being, over time, you learn about genetic modification, super growing, hybridization, organicism. All this stuff is bullshit. Once you start cultivating food, you automatically use chemicals to grow it. And when you cultivate food, it's not in its natural season. Like, we're supposed to eat food seasonal. So, just like if anybody watched the video about me cooking dandelion greens, if you notice it didn't have no foam in the pot. Like, the water was clear, like it wasn't bubbly, it didn't have no chemicals. And dandelion greens have a white sap, but that white sap still did not put scum in the pot. And what does that foam, that scum, come from when you cook those beans, when you just cook stuff from the store? Period. That stuff is chemicals. It's just flat out chemicals. Like, even if you boil apples or something, everything has chemicals. And that stuff, just imagine, not only does your body have to process food, but your body has to process chemicals. So your body doesn't have time to absorb the natural ethereal essence around it because it's so busy processing the chemicals that cultivated the food to bring it to your plate. Not only are they, I call it Obama fluid. Obama fluid is when they genetically modified the food so that it prunes. It doesn't spoil. It doesn't rot. It prunes. You know, like an apple, it just continues to wither. It never rots. Let's say mushrooms. You know how mushrooms used to get real wet and spoil? Now mushrooms just dry out. So they've taken the enzymes out of the food. Like strawberries. Like, if you don't put strawberries in the refrigerator, they'll get moldy the next day. I don't know what it is about strawberries. They're growing strawberries so fast that they spoil. But at the same time, they can take the enzyme out the strawberry, and the strawberry could just sit outside on the counter probably for around about 4 or 5 days, 6, 7 days, and just prune. But that's how they're doing fruits now. Peaches used to be juicy with red meat on the inside. Now peaches prune. They prune like prunes. They prune like plums. So, back to it. Why do I eat sun food? Why do I eat wild food from nature? Because it's in its right habitat, it's in its right ecosystem, it's in its right season. Especially for the temperature and the climate of that area, okay? And you don't have to worry about pesticides. You know what's funny? People worry about the pesticides side the street. You know, like on a highway. You may see a highway and it may have all the vegetables you like, but people were programmed. Oh no, don't eat nothing side the road because they spray pesticides. And I be thinking to myself, but they buy the food from the store that has radiation, wax, Ain't no telling what, the sprayers that spray the green vegetables. Let's say you going over there by the cabbage, the cilantro. Cilantro got to stay a certain way or else it's going to spoil anyway. So you go over there by the parsley and the cilantro and the shit spraying water. We don't know what that thing's spraying. We don't know if it's just spraying recycled water, tap water, some keep me alive longer water. We don't know what this thing is spraying. We've never asked. We've never demanded that they have in the store all the procedures it took to grow this product. I already said it in a video before. I said, if they bring some apples in there, they need to have a sheet showing how this apple was handled, all the way from the dirt, all the way to the store. You know what I mean? And people are taking it for granted. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to incorporate as many wild foods into my life as possible, because you don't know how much chemical and torture and trauma we have done to the body. We've done so much trauma to the body. It's like unimaginable. Like, do you know how far from super beings we have diminished, how we have depleted our energy? Like, we have melanated, dark Nubian beings on the planet that basically the only thing they know that's sacred to them is their skin. Like, and they don't even know that's sacred. Half of them, like 75% of them, don't even know that that's sacred. But just imagine, the darkest of the darkest have lost their supernatural powers. I'm talking about the common people. I'm not talking about the hidden people. I'm talking about the common people, the ones you see every day, completely lost their powers. And, it's just something to think about. And I really think, like, more vegans should talk about wild food. Like, at one point in time, the store was selling wild crafted arugula. You know what I mean? But, like, you would think that vegans would do a lot of foraging, but the most people I see doing foraging are people that still eat pork. Like, they'll go make poke salad, they'll go make dandelion greens, and they'll throw ham in it. So you'll be amazed. The meat eaters are the ones that are foraging for fruits and vegetables and wildlife. That's correct. The hunters, the people who hunt for game, are the people out there snacking on wild green herbs and shit, while the vegans are continuing to consume product that's not serving them within a store. Does that make sense, Revere Sky? Yes, Revere Sky, that makes a lot of sense. Vegans are continuing to consume foods that don't serve their temple. Organic is not enough. You need natural, wild, crafted foods. That's correct. Say it again, Revere Sky. You need natural, wild, crafted foods. The reason being, no matter if it's organic, hybrid, non-organic, pesticide is pesticide. I would rather eat some dandelions beside a road or a highway before I eat some damn dandelions out the store. That's just being straight up. Even though I still eat food at the store, but I'm to the point now where I'm like, yo, it feels good not eating chemicals. It feels good limiting how many chemicals you put in the body. And we're not even going to get to the people who don't eat raw food, who don't eat raw fruits and vegetables. Like, those people have so many chemicals and so many toxins within their food. Like, people who don't want bones. They don't want the chicken breast that have a bone in it. They want boneless meat. These type of people, you need to be very wary of, because they don't know where their meat coming from. They don't know where the body part is coming from. They don't even know what they're fucking eating. For all they know, they eating clone meat. They don't know. They're eating undeveloped meat that didn't have bones. You know these people that say, oh, they want the tender meat. They want the tender meat. Don't worry. You're going to get all the clone meat you want. And the reason why you're going to get all the clone meat you want is because this damn animal did not work its muscles. So your meat going to be lean and tender and everything you desire because it's cloned fucking meat. Now, that's just like plants. I'm tired of these cloned plants. And the most important thing of all, you eat all these vegetables, they hybriding vegetables with insects. It's causing you to itch. It's causing you to not be able to heal properly. Your body and your DNA starts fighting itself. And you have to repair your DNA. You have to go out in the woods. You have to go out in the yard. You have to start consuming wild fruits and vegetables, for the simple fact we have been traumatized. Our DNA is in stealth mode. And I really can't explain it no better than that. Like, sun food, wild crafted food, nature is so powerful. They give you the chemicals to kill these weeds, but these weeds don't die. Okay? They don't die. And that should be telling you something. It takes a lot more than chemicals to kill nature. You literally have to just straight fuck up the soil to the point the grass don't grow. Nothing grows. Nothing can grow in the soil. That's all I had to say. Like, I was tired of itching. I was tired of my DNA fighting itself. Like, one day I ate some persimmons, and I just started getting a pinching feeling on my body. It was like I kept scratching, like, my knee area or something. Like, something started pinching me instantly when I ate the persimmons. I could say I ate a half a persimmon and something started pinching me. Like, my DNA cells just started fighting each other. Just imagine they giving us the food and they using pesticides on it. Why would you have to use pesticides on food unless the food is now a pest? It's really something to think about. The food is now an insect. Man, it's so deep. It's so deep. Once a week, incorporate a sun food in your life. But know when you incorporate wild-crafted sun foods in your life, you have to give your liver a grace period. Meaning your liver is going to detox. And when your liver detoxes, it's very sensitive. So you can't go back just rushing all these chemicals like processed foods and sweets and sugars and sodas into your body. No. It'll make you irritable. It'll make your face bump up. See, that's another thing I noticed. When I eat dandelion greens, I don't get those fine bumps on my forehead. But when I do milk thistle, like, you know, when you buy capsules, milk thistle capsules, it's like it irritates my liver. But when I eat raw dandelion greens, it doesn't irritate my liver. When I eat cooked dandelion greens, it doesn't irritate my liver. So I just had to let that be known. You know, it's time that you detox from the cultivated, farm-raised foods. You can get all the vitamins and nutrients you need from your yard, from the field, from the woods, from the side of the road. I cannot imagine the government riding up and down each road, each highway, spraying. I can't imagine. I can't imagine it. I can't see it. Show me proof. Somebody show me proof that they spray yearly up and down the highway. They barely want to cut the grass, but they got time to spray. Show me proof where they spray. I know where they do spray. I was right there in California. The orange fields. That's what made me so skeptical. So they out at the orange field. They got all these boxes of chemicals. I mean, stacked up 10 high. About 5 rows, 10 high. The man got on a white suit with a white thing over his head with an oxygen tank on. Out there spraying the fucking fields. Why do you have to spray the fields so that the oranges can be protected? I mean, there wasn't even no fucking oranges on the fucking trees yet. So that's just something to think about. They're not spraying the side of the road. They're spraying your fucking food that comes into the grocery store. And I'm sick of it. I'm really fucking sick of it. How the fuck we growing, like in California they got white peaches. White fucking peaches, man. And in Georgia, probably in 2 more years they're gonna have white peaches. The fucking peaches are fucking like retardation or some shit. Some fucking genetically modified dwarf or something. Like, and no, I'm not picking on like short people. No, I'm saying something is wrong with the genetic coding in these peaches. They used to be juicy and big like oranges. The juice used to run down your arm and your chin and stain your shirt. Now we dealing with some fucking plums or something. It's really something to think about now. Y'all taking it for granted. The only thing we really got left is the weeds that's still growing. And y'all taking it for granted. I just have to let it be known. You know, it's all about the weeds right now more than anything. And just know that if you itch, if you get irritated, if you feel like bugs are around you, you need to assess what you eat. Yes, assess what you eat. And you might need to go on a wild, crafted, natural food diet from Mother Nature. Point blank, period. So there you have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. Breathe from the womb, and breathe from the womb.